Welcome to the next stream. We have to continue the previous one with ghosts. That's kind of artificial life forms living inside a computer. And these life forms have their own behavior. They have kind of little virtual machine that controls their actions. And I guess the first thing we need to do is to create some kind of framework upon which we can build that virtual machine. So that framework is gonna do like step-by-step iterations. Each iteration we're gonna consider that as the discrete step inside our virtual world, and we'll see how it goes. So I have this project. I guess that's the last version of it. Yeah, feels good. And now I will start it with debug mode. So I'm starting Collider Gem with deflag, so it's gonna be in debug mode, and that is so much better than start it like, and we go to localhost 9999 and we have our ghosts. Yeah, first thing is to add the camera. Okay, so we go to setup. We are spawning everything in lab, but from now on we need to create a camera and spawn everything inside the camera. Maybe we can name it somehow. Maybe it is not the cam, but well, we'll think about it. Lab spawn slide camera as far as I remember, but I will check. It's always hard to remember that stuff. Okay, yeah, that one works fine. We will provide like zoom on plus minus and name it cam. Yeah, so there's gonna be slide camera, and now we have to init it. But how? How can I do that? Yes. Name is gonna be cam. X is 0, Y is 0, and the third option is zoom on plus minus. I think the sound was a little bit on my laptop, so it's probably echo could be heard. Yes, come on, why I turn it off? I turn the sound off. Why is it? why I'm still hearing things. Well, zone plus minus. And now when we're creating a grid, it's not cam, it's like lab cam spawn. And when we're creating ghost, it's lab cam spawn. And now should be better. No, it's not better. It's broken. Can't read properly within. Undefined. Oh, sure. I'm looking for. Can't read properly within of undefined floating ghost. 13. We have some kind of directly within. Oh, lab grid within, lab cam grid within. We have grid lab cam. By the way, we can make an anchor on lab without even affecting the rendering process, which could be a good thing in our case. It would not be broken in that case, but yes, I'm still 14W of undefined, grid 35. Now in grid 35, what are we looking at? Oh, within. But why lab grid if we are in grid? Shouldn't it be like this? Shouldn't it be like this? W. And here. This. We have lab in here. No. Not anymore. Cannot read property lacks of undefined in click. Okay, that's something in click as well. Sure thing. Cam. Lab Jeff is not here as well, like that. Okay, I'm still having Ghost 42, cannot read property. Ghost 42. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of stuff was kind of. Now it works better, but so the camera looks at 0, 0, and at the same time we are placing grid somewhere not in the proper place. So we go to the grid, the place we are creating the grid. Oh, we are setting it over here. Wrong. We should not look at the screen height and width at all. In this case, all we have to do is take the whole, like the grid total width and height, and divide it by 2 and put it minus. Ghosts are coming from somewhere over the edge. They are all, well, but now they are kind of, where is Jeff? Where's Jeff? Jeff is not listening. Why? Because the click doesn't work the way it's supposed to work. Because now we need to Now we need to translate to the camera coordinates first. The mouse coordinates should be translated to camera coordinates, and only after that we should work with that. How can we do that? Oh yeah, grid, local X, local Y. Shouldn't be... Cam, grid, and now grid local from cam local X from something like that. That should do, I guess. So we are not passing the screen coordinates, but we are translating screen coordinates to local camera coordinates, and these coordinates got translated to grid. Should work. Oh yeah, it works now, right? Yes, it works. Look, Jeff, here. Oh, here and here. No, Jeff, here. Jeff, here, Jeff. We can go over there. Okay. Huh. Yeah, now with camera, which is good. Which is pretty good. So, since we have camera, we can do things like that. Huh. Where's the grid is gone? What is happening? Why? Why the grid is gone when we... Oh, once the camera view absorbs the whole... Huh. It's some kind of problem in grid. It shouldn't be like that. So grid draw is where we are drawing every... Well, we are translating... Oh, by the way. Oh no, CW, that's not... So we are not relating anything to the screen coordinates here. But we do say... Oh, I got it. I got it. The camera turned off grid by itself because it considered it to be outside the range. And why? Because we are using W and H to set the grid height and width. But that is not technically correct, because camera looking at W and H to... so here's width and height in cells, but camera think that that's width and height in pixels. So we either we should rename this one into something like but we already have cell width, cell height, cell grid width, grid height, like grid width, grid height. So always where we have like this H, we should say now GH, right? And this width, no, this just width, it's gonna be GW. And also we have like somewhere we were looking at these in ghosts, probably here. On touch, we look at the grid. It's not correct, so it should be G, grid width and grid height. It's better. Should work better now. I'm not sure, but still. Let's see, everything is broken. Ghosts are dead and it's 0, 0. That means for some reason we have destroyed their coordinates. They're probably not a number at all. I guess somewhere. Oh, I know what we have here. I don't think we need this thing here anymore. The logic for grid to position itself can be inside the grid itself, because we don't need any external info to do that. Like in constructor, we can just say this x, this y, and say that this x half the grid and this y half the width, just like that. Ta-da! Now we have some problem. Grid is not defined. Grid 16. Oh yeah, sure. This, that. Let's see it again. And now it works. Finally, we have the camera, which is good. I have to commit that, I guess. Well, we got a lot of stuff done in this commit, so it's gonna be what do we have? DNA and setup and trap for click. Okay, make message adjust. Good. Now we have and now we have this thing that the camera centers itself automatically, so we don't have to keep track that the field of view got outside or the viewport changed. It's not a problem any longer. So I don't really like that they are allowed to move diagonally, like that should be totally deterministic world, so they shouldn't be allowed to be in kind of occupy some weird spaces within that grid. Just cells themselves or some horizontally or vertically. You should move just horizontally or vertically. That's it. But well, it can be implemented as well. Just we should not look at the actual direction, but at the, just choose some, we can even choose a random direction, just in the right a random up and down in the right direction, something like. It's not gonna look good, I guess. But now they moving randomly and it's okay, more or less. Good. Let's see what we're gonna do next. We have not like a lot of things in grid. I guess ghosts can not only follow, but they also can teleport to the needed position. Like follow, target, even target. We can say like teleport local X, local Y. And what teleport would do, teleport is just like the movement but instant. So we shouldn't proceed with this EVE on target and moving a little step every frame, but instead we just jump to the final destination. That's it. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna have the same logic as the movement here, but we don't have to calculate distance at all, because we are not it's like reached and we are here. That's what delete this target. So yeah, that's what happens. So we're gonna take this one here and the part that we are setting the target as well, blah 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 blah, like that. And now we have to merge those two into a single teleport movement. So ghost would disappear in one place and appears in the other, but it's always going to be at the grid intersection, some particular cell, not somewhere in the middle. So if within, if not, we basically skipping that. We are getting local actual coordinates. That's gonna be camera coordinates. And instead of setting the target and then doing this stuff, we are not setting the target. We just setting this x and y, x like this, x like that, y, x and y. So we're getting, we are calculating actual ghost x and y. We're setting them. Why even we declare these variables. We're not using them at all. So we just do it like that. We don't have to delete the target, or maybe we have to, because we are not redefining. If there's gonna be some other target after the teleport, the ghost would continue to move to that target. So first thing we need to do is just delete the target if it exists. So we're gonna delete the target, and the next we are redefining the coordinates and set the actual target coordinates for the ghost. And if onTouch is defined for this ghost, we are calling that onTouch. How can we check that? We just go to setup, and setup. We are spawning ghosts here, and what we're gonna do, we gonna teleport them at some random place on the grid. Why not? We can say like let's go ghost name. Who's ghost name? If name ghost of on the campus. Okay, ghost name to the spawn. Well, so we need to store that ghost like G. Maybe like new ghost. And that new ghost. I don't like that. That's actual ghost. And this is not a ghost. It's just a ghost setup object. So a ghost state. So we're gonna say like ghost state. Okay. And when we spawn and we say ghost state, but then we got actual ghost, an actual ghost, and we can say ghost teleport please to some random place, like random with lab can grid width -1. Let's see. Yeah. And I can teleport Jeff somewhere. Like I can say $labcam Jeff teleport to like 1 1. Bye-bye. Here we go. Jeff, or maybe 0 0. Bye-bye. Jeff, where are you going? Get back. Jeff, come on. That's good. Now okay, I guess that can close our teleport part. What can we do with random movements? We need to replace that to actual movements. But first we need to implement the discrete timing. since that daughter virtual machine is capable just to move one step at a time, and a ghost can move in any direction one step. That's it. Any other ghost can do the same. So basically the machine should make those discrete steps. Somewhere in DNA. Yeah, since we will have to create an instance, right? So it's gonna be VM. I guess the VM, we're gonna create it just on start. So we create some grid, we create VM. VM is lab cam, it's not in cam, it's just in lab spawn VM with no configs for now. VM grid can be even better. Do VM needs to know about the grid at all? I guess all the tokens and ghosts, all the objects within the grid are gonna be placed separately, right? There is a grid and there are objects. Only ghosts are moving, but yeah, we should see the grid, because grid should be responsible for showing off all the, by the way, grid should be, we need to have that, grid should be like that1, so it should be on the first layer. And ghosts, well, these can be, we can skip the definition of that, just they're gonna be defined as they go. So ghosts are gonna be displayed just over the grid, always in the order as they were added, created. We don't need any particular Z order for them. Maybe later we should do that, since we probably would like to see the ghost we control on top. It's like the ghost in focus, but not right now. No. Okay, so we have VM, we have in grid. I hope, yeah, the augment works. So we have all we need to, we have all we need to create the grid on Z1. We are creating VM, and now VM is gonna have some defaults, definitely the same. Now this defaults and state, and we need to define defaults. Defaults gonna be like step 0. It's gonna, and it's also gonna be execution mode. let's see, 0, and it's gonna be timer, and step by cycle. Stronger word. Cycle is much better. So the cycle is going to be the step of our VM. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Mode, we're going to use it later. It's going to be here, and let's say that this is and it's gonna be cycle, period, and timer. How it works in evo function. Oh yeah. In evo function we do the following thing. I think that on-touch function in Ghost is not supposed to work like that. It shouldn't be responsibility of Ghost to trigger that landing event. It should be the responsibility of virtual machine to do that. So first we move, next we apply in the end of the movement, then we initiate another move, after pause maybe, then we apply. So the period is gonna be in seconds, 1 by default. So evo with DT, what evo does, depending on mode, definitely, but for now it's always going to be 0. So like that, slow step. I'm gonna say it. Cycle 0, period, and timer. We always increase the timer. If this timer is bigger than, right? This timer bigger than period, we would call our step function, and yeah, next step. Next step executes the VM step. So here we're gonna do evaluate all the ghosts. That's it. And again, if like that, and what we need to do beside that, we need to reset the timer, right? Timer 0. So it's always like that. We waiting for the next period and so on and so on. We are resetting to 0 and not just reducing over the dt, because we don't want to end up in this situation when we have timer is just accumulating and the machine is not capable to handle all the sometimes the period, if period is too small, the machine would not be able to keep up with performance wise with the next step. And so it's better to just reset the timer, and cycle should be increased. First thing we need to do is to say this cycle plus it's the next cycle, and we're gonna do that in the next cycle. Well, also what we can do is to have like little cycle indicator just to see what is going on with the machine, what is the execution model, what is the step. So to do that, we can do that directly in lab, since that's not something it's gonna be like VM monitor. Yeah, let's call it VM monitor, just monitor. Why not? No behavior whatsoever, so no evil, just draw. While we're gonna draw the lab VM cycle value like that. Question is where and how. Let's see, it's gonna be on the right. Where's the right? Here, on the right top corner. So it's gonna be line right. Now center, base top, fill something, and then we're gonna say text and coordinates. Unexpected identify VM5 in VM. Probably we have, oh yeah, sure thing, we missed the whole syntax. Property inside VM. Well, yeah. Can't do property cycle of undefined monitor 7. We haven't created VM. No, we created VM, but we need to set the name. Come on, VM. Name VM. to set the font, and where's the lab monitor? So shouldn't be here, should be maybe 9 even, and font is gonna be 24 small. Okay, we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and no. Well, at this point I would expect it to rise, but something isn't working. Let's see, let's check it out. If we have in lab, we have monitor, that's good. We have VM. So in lab we have VM. VM has true, but doesn't have Evo. I missed something. I missed something here. Oh, we are not creating it as a prototype, as a class. We are creating it as an object for some reason, I guess. Really? VM class VM. Let me see, what do we have in, you can see it right here. What do we have in DNA? DNA VM class VM. Oh yeah, looks like it. Let's see, is it done? No, not creates that virtual machine, but it doesn't go into Evo. Huh? No, it goes into Evo. Huh. Okay, let's see what is going on here. So we are increasing timer, which is right. If timer is bigger than period undefined, why? Period. This period. Augment this. Yeah. State. Name is good. Period is 1. What? We clearly see that period is 1, but once we do it like that, what is this? No, this is good. Somehow. Wow. It's weird. Timer. Huh. I misspelled it. Well, it happens. Now it should be good. Timer, period. Okay. Next step. Cycle is up. Good. We we put it back to 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. You can even say it is cycle in monitor. Not like that, but like cycle. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's commit it as a VM framework, right? Good. Yes. Now, once we have that, we're gonna need let's disable that random movement behavior. It is not useful for the moment. So we have that in Ghost, I guess, on touch. Yeah, we define a random walker follow 0, 0 and then touch. Oh, we just skip this part and that's it. We just skip this part. Nice. And now let's say all actions are executed in the context of a ghost. All ghost must be. So what we gonna do? We're gonna in VM, each next step is lab. I don't like that long way to grid, which is ridiculous. Let's say our grid and our VM. We're gonna make those shortcuts. So now when since these are singletons anyways, and since we are not going to create many grids or VMs during a single session, most likely it's something that's going to be always on the screen and always accessible, we can pin them to the top mix of the system, top mod, and that is the place we're gonna access it with no problems. Always. So we're gonna here we're gonna just go to the you don't need lab, you need just lab cam. it's okay for now. It's not too long way to go, alas. Okay, let's do it for each. Maybe not the best performance, but it will do the job. G. We expect it to be a ghost. This one has some kind of floating behavior, but movement let's create a dot ghost. It's gonna be class just like that. Floating ghost, by the way, depends on ghost, and dot ghost should depend on floating ghost, just like that. Let's say that the same step for now, and we're gonna go to the place we are spawning them, like in setup, and instead of floating ghost, we're gonna spawn dot ghost. And in VM, this should look like if g step I don't like next step, just step. Next doesn't provide any useful additional info, so we can live with just step. If step, step. That's it. No. Oh yeah, good. VM is not inside the cam, so it's fine. Since VM is not inside the cam, it will not get. So the problem is if VM is gonna be inside the cam, we're gonna end up in a caution, because it has step, and we will call that step, and then we will do it over and over and over again. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Error. Unexpected identifier. Dust ghost 3. Oh yeah. Not like that. DNA. Three. Okay. If 20 VM 20. Oh, of course I can't do it like that. I need to do this thing. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, good. I see that we are executing step for each of these creatures. Now and only Jeff is moving. Fine, fine. It's fine. What we can do now? Oh, let's see. Maybe it's gonna be the next. Huh. In Ghosts, they have X and Y, but they don't have grid X and grid Y. Just like that. And the same thing should be here. We put the target. We should store let's state like Alex and ly. So we're gonna have always on arrival, we're gonna set ourselves the new target. Always. We can teleport or we can move. While we have target, it shouldn't be kind of executed or anything. So it's fine. And we just each step, if not moving, if this target deployed, we are not ready to proceed with the next goal. And if not, let's just select a random direction. For now, the gear is random like 4, and then come on, where's the and switch direction. We can case 0 up. This grid Y, no, like that. this, follow this, follow this, crypt x, this crypt y minus 1, and break. And just like that, it's gonna be left, down, and right. Should be 3. So left minus 1, down plus 1, plus right plus 1, over here. That's it. Let's see if it yes, at this point they should move. There's the speed of floating ghosts. We have the speed. Ghost, dot ghost. Oh, if this target return, come on. Huh? Why there are 2 Jeffs here? No, it's not Jeff. The yellow one. We have 6. And here in those we have 3, 4, 5. How come? Need to do that at all. In maybe the problem in setup. In AND ghosts there is also a ghost. It is not the right, maybe, but maybe not. AND ghost. Let's see. AND ghosts. I believe there is a there is like this name. Which is not. And there is also meta. The proper way you also have like this meta, which is not so. We have if name continue, but we also have meta. Better. Oh, 5. Finally, it's better. well. We can then set the speed according to we can set the speed relative to the period actually. So we have this speed defined here. But we can actually define it could be a global parameter, I guess. Speed should be a global parameter because that's not, we shouldn't be able to set a speed for individual ghost. It's gonna be global variable. And it would work just fine. We're gonna set it up somewhere in setup. Once we have created the grid, we can set it up on the grid actually. So the grid has this, no, it's off the VM. So we have grid, we have VM, and now we can say that ghost speed is, of course, grid cell width divided on the, no, I guess not divided, multiplied on the period. So the speed is pixels per second. Pixels, our width pixels, seconds our period. So yeah, grid period. And now this speed is not, we're gonna say grid ghost speed. What is, no, everything is broken. Probably ghost speed is not as good as we hoped for. Let's see, grid, not a number. Why is not a number? Let's see. Maybe we'll figure that out. Not great, the VM. Well. It should be VM period, right? This is the floating ghost. We have that set timeout somewhere. Oh no. Set timeout was in the follow. Somehow they have that teleport behavior. Man, what if we set it like to be faster like this, but times 2 something. I have that impression that we are doing some kind of teleporting, maybe. What if it's gonna be like slow? Should make like 2 cycles. No. Very slow. It actually becomes very fast. Why? Oh, because we are reducing the period. No, we increasing the period. Oh no, we're increasing the speed. Yes, it's like that. 4 times faster. Two times slower. See, 2 times slower. Yeah, that's last. Oh, I know why. This final precision thing. This teleport is the final precision thing, which should be like 1 or something. Shouldn't be that big. They're kind of funny with their eyes looking at the next cell. Shouldn't be like that. I should probably look at the last movement direction. That's gonna be better to grasp, like where a ghost moving, like up, down, left or right. That way we always, it's like gonna remember where the last direction it moves. But I guess that is something for the next time, right? I still have to think how to implement the virtual machine itself, what kind of commands is going to be. Definitely these movement commands, but there are also tokens. Should be some tokens should be there. I don't know, something to consider. Well, what we have in the end, we need to commit that. what are the changes? A bunch of those. So we remove the speed and precision. Precision just changed. We now have the actual grid X and Y for ghosts. We have that framework for VM as we plan to. So we have that step, and each ghost are behaving in its own personal way, and the goal is just to make a virtual machine that would control a ghost. So we have implemented the how do we call it, that the whole stack. Maybe already can do the keyboard control for Jeff, because I have this mouse control. It's not good because it makes it allows it to move diagonally, which is not well. We can refactor the mouse to do the just straight moves, but for now let's see what we can do with the keyboard. What can we do with the keyboard? So that's gonna be keyboard is handling traps, so we're gonna have the trap for the keys. So each, do we have to, yeah, probably each key press is gonna be like one command, move left, move right, or whatever. So it's gonna be key down trap, and then key down is gonna be key down function. And I think one ghost should be the in selected. So we have Jeff, definitely. Jeff is we move Jeff and click here, but that is not that maybe in cam there's gonna be camera focus or something. So it's gonna be if lab cam I hope there's no focus now on camera, right? Lab cam, yes, it's free. So if focus, we're gonna say follow, and the same goes to key down. Now we need to close it. It's too many. Key down is gonna be key event, and we need to switch key event we're gonna have or maybe it's gonna be Okay, it's gonna be arrows. That's gonna be arrow up. We have like start camp. So we always, once we got to the switch, we know that coast, but some ghost already there, and we can control it. So ghost it's gonna be like ghost up and whatever. 5 times in the arrow left, down, down, and right. It's gonna be up, left, down, and right, and the same here. Huh. So the ghost gonna have the like command sequence. So what kind of, we can do it like sequence of numbers for now, but eventually it's gonna be some kind of objects. We can initialize it here like this. It's not stack. It's not stack, it's queue. Like command queue or whatever. So it's like cmd commands. We have an empty array, and that is command. Not switching directions, we're switching command. If 0, 1, 2, 3 could be default, we're gonna say like something like that, and that is how we do the command. But the logic is gonna be the following. So we're gonna look at the command queue. If there is a command, we take one from there. If not, we're gonna pick a random one. So it's gonna be like pick random direction. It's gonna be like this one. Turn. It's fine. And definitely there's gonna be those functions like up, and for up we'll say this cmd push 0, left cmd push 1, down cmd push 2, and well, right, it's gonna be this command push 3, something like that. Up, left, down, right. And we have all the commands, but now we need to extract some. Type shift and shift. So can we do the first element from array and returns that removed element? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Shift. And basically goes like that. 0 is let's see, some command should be like NOP operation, like 99. I think like definitely we shouldn't do that. It should be like you know, constants or something. Those should be up 1, left 2, down 3, 4, something like that, and then we're gonna have like up and NOP. No operation is 0, just skip. So case NOP is gonna be like just break, up, left, better. Then we're gonna have to refactor that one. Left, down, right. So now it's not like 0 and 1, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, no command. Command first, NOP. No command. But if we have, it's not constant, so it's flat. If we have this command when more than 0, we take command from this cd shift. Otherwise, command is pick random direction. This command. Pick random direction. Come in. Pick random direction and just like that. And we need to set we know that Jeff is there, so we're gonna say lab cam focus is on lab cam Jeff. Huh. One, 2, 3. They too slow. Come on, let's see if we can make them faster. Like that. Left, up, left, up. Yeah, I'm controlling Jeff now. I can say like up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. No? Oh yeah. Oh, because he still had these up instructions in the queue. That's why he's been waiting. He can't move outside the grid. Left, up. Huh. How about that? I'm controlling the ghost, which is even better. Okay, that's definitely it for now. I'm gonna say it's Ghost keyboard control, and I'm gonna push that. Well, it was fun. So I guess the foundation for the virtual machine is ready. Now I guess we're still missing some kind of tokens on the grid so we can eat them, and those tokens can provide some kind of actions or whatever, but eventually that can be implemented, and in the end there's going to be virtual machine controlling those ghosts. We can create some kind of programs and create a little ghost city where each ghost is going to be controlled by its own program or whatever. We can create them, change them. Should be fun. Bye.